Hey Jess, so welcome back to our leadership series. So real estate, the industry is facing unprecedented staff turnover, and some reports have suggested up to 50% of new agents leave within their first year. What do you think's driving that?
Yeah, that stat, that's a bit of an industry-generated statistic. How accurate that is, I'd say it's not far off the truth, to be honest. But, I think about it like if most people make the mistake of someone leaves and all of a sudden they want to bring someone into their business and they go out and recruit someone on gut feel, give them no plan, no system, and just expect them, maybe they've got a bit of a reputation in the community of knowing a few people, so they think that's the answer for them getting momentum. And we know in 2025, to be a successful real estate agent, there's so much you've got to do. There's so much you've got to be across, and businesses who simply haven't got those systems and good leadership is why that stat's around 50%, and you could probably argue that could be something a bit higher.
So that commission compression that's sort of happening across the industry as well, how are the best agencies maintaining profitability with that?
Yeah, commission, the numbers suggest that commission rates have come back, and I think again it's due to businesses really having inefficient systems of how they nurture client relationships. And you look at some of the out there right now, there's these third-party platforms that will give agents leads and charge a 20% clip for a listing. And I think the industry has created these platforms by being lazy. So I always talk a lot about the businesses that, if you think about someone comes to me and say they've got lowering commissions, the one thing that I get them to try and understand is it's as a result by having no framework of nurturing relationships in your business. So then what's happening is our staff are in a position where they're very reactive in that catch and kill mentality, and the vendor who's sitting in front of them has probably got the same approach with 3 agents. They're just simply making a decision on who's going to be the cheapest. So people just force themselves into this position. So the businesses that we work with, and I see they're surviving or thriving, are the ones that work a few steps back in the cycle. They nurture relationships, so when someone moves from not selling to selling, they've already done the hard work.
So give me a little bit more of an understanding of exactly what that database relationship kind of management system looks like.
So essentially what it looks like is like a 12-month communication strategy. And I always talk about businesses understanding the difference between communication and information. Most businesses will think of technology to provide information, where it's automation through emails or SMSs. But we've got to be able to communicate with our databases as well, and communicate not just by phone, but we've got to find processes and systems to be able to get face-to-face with our databases consistently. Now, on part of our training program, we call the 15-minute appraisal, and I say to people it's like speed dating. We need to be able to have a process in our business to speed date our clients, get face-to-face consistently when they're not thinking of selling a home. And if we do that with enough people, by the time they're going to come into the mode of thinking of selling with that right 12-month program, highly likely you're going to get the business back, and the end result is going to be increase of commissions. Because generally you can then ask them, well, what you think you're worth or what you think you deserve, rather than the other person, which is the vendor, making that decision on cost.